This is my second warning video. I'm telling you guys right now. Around the April 8th eclipse, something big is going to happen. You could say that it's a prophecy. You could say that I'm predicting it. Yeah, that's right, I'm predicting it. Everything that I showed you in my last video called Something Very Bad is About to Happen. Go watch it if you want. That there is something bad, very, very bad going to happen. Okay? And it's either the beginning of something around April 8th or something just spontaneous, okay? But it's coming. I'm letting you guys know. I know that my channel is small, and that's what they do when they shadow ban you, so that you look like a nobody, so that you're minimalized. But let me tell you something, guys. I never do this. I never say for sure in the future this is going to happen. I don't do that. I'm doing that now. I'm telling you right now, for sure, around April 8th, something bad is going to happen. Whether it's Disease X, this alien stuff, an EMP, what else? War, more war starting. I'm telling you, it's going to happen around April 8th, solar eclipse. And like I said, all the signs are there. Go watch my last video if you want to learn about that. I wouldn't want to be next to the coast. I hope you're not next to the coast. If you're next to the coast, any coast, you're in the worst place possible. All right? Even if you go online and you look up the Illuminati card game, they have the tidal wave card. It's there. And these tidal waves, they kind of happen in other places. But that X is making its place on America this time. See, America really hasn't gone through much compared to other countries. But that X is on America now, and that X makes an X and hits Little Egypt right in the center point. Little Egypt, Illinois. That's a massive sign. Like I've said before, America is the type and shadow of Egypt and Babylon and Sodom and Gomorrah, all mixed together in one. It's the melting pot. And they need chaos because from chaos comes order. That's what they believe. That's in the Freemasonry. That's what the Phoenix, I guess I can go into it. That's what the Phoenix Rising and the halftime show, the Super Bowl, that they had the peacock, and then that's symbolic for the Phoenix. We have the Phoenix on our American dollar bill. That's not an eagle. That's what they want you to think. And Usher had the Phoenix brooch on him, right? And the Phoenix rises from the ashes every 500 years. The number 500 is Antichrist in the Strong's Concordance Greek. Okay? And it was Super Bowl 58. And 58 days from the Super Bowl is the April 8th total solar eclipse. And the Kansas City Chiefs and the 49ers played in the Super Bowl in 2020. And the Kansas City Chiefs won again. And 2 months later, that's when the pandemic went worldwide. So 2 months after this Super Bowl, wouldn't you know it? April 8th, total solar eclipse, makes an X across America. They work in patterns just like God. Lucifer said, I'll be like the Most High. So everything that God does, they mimic it. That's why it can get confusing for believers, because they're like, see, the Satanists use the number 33 in the Freemasons. Yeah, but Jesus started that. He died, buried, and rose from the grave at 33 years old. A third of the angels fell from heaven. That's 33%. So they're God's first, and then they use it. Now, everything that I just said is in my last video. Plus, I think there's a couple more things. But you have to realize that this pattern is going to repeat itself. The Kansas City Chiefs and the 49ers in the Super Bowl, just a coincidence. In 2020, 2 months later, the pandemic starts. Happens again. 2024, the same two teams in the Super Bowl. The Kansas City Chiefs win again. And 2 months later is the April 8th total solar eclipse. Another something starting. Yeah, it's right there in front of our faces. Super Bowl 58. 58 days later, April 8th, total solar eclipse. A phenomenon in the sky that makes an X and an Aleph and a Tav, which is the first and the last. That's something else. Okay, the pattern's there. It's here and it's coming. So I'm clearing my conscience. If you live by the coast, that's the worst place to be. If you live in a big city, that's a bad place to be. Not the worst, but a bad place. I don't know what they're going to do, okay? But they're going to do something. They have earthquake projector machines. You can look that up in the Illuminati card game. They have weather manipulation. You can look that up in the Illuminati card game. They can make tidal waves. Okay, you can look that up in the Illuminati card game. They can control basically and manipulate all kinds of things so that the natural man is not going to know that it's being controlled and manipulated by the powers that be. But they work in patterns just like God. And their little Super Bowl pattern from 2020 is going to repeat itself 2 months after the Super Bowl. Something big and bad is going to happen. Do you know how many games have to be rigged in order to get the same two teams in the Super Bowl? Okay? Every single Kansas City game and San Francisco game up to the Super Bowl has to be rigged in order to get them there again. Twice. It's all rigged. Everything. And the same winners 4 years later. It's all rigged. Everything. Okay, let me explain this. In 2020, you had Kansas City Chiefs, San Francisco 49ers in the Super Bowl. And Kansas City Chiefs won. 2 months later, the pandemic went worldwide. 2 months later. 2 months later after the Super Bowl. Now 4 years later, you have the exact same two teams. Kansas City and San Francisco. And the same winner, Kansas City. And exactly 58 days later, 2 months later, is the April 8th solar eclipse that makes an X across America, across Little Egypt, with the 2017 Great American Solar Eclipse. Okay, this is their pattern. Calamity came 2 months after that last Super Bowl, and we have a repeat. The exact same team, the exact same winner. Now in 2024, 2 months later, that part of the pattern is going to be complete too. And wouldn't you know it, the April 8th total solar eclipse is 2 months later. Signs in the heavens. Remember, they use patterns too. Lucifer said, I'll be like the Most High. So they use patterns and all this stuff. They use the heavens to do their calamities and all this stuff. Super Bowl 58 here in 2024. 58 days later, April 8th, solar eclipse, calamity. There's going to be calamity around April 8th. Give or take a little bit. Something is going to happen. Something is going to begin, I believe. Just watch. I'm predicting this. I'm warning you guys.